Hi everybody, welcome to the show floor of the 2014 New York International Auto Show. Things are kind of winding down here, so we thought we'd take a few minutes and give you some of our favorites. I'm Tim Stevens.
I'm Wayne Cunningham.
And I'm Antoine Goodwin.
And so why don't we start with you, Antoine?
Well,
what was your car of the show this year?
Well, Mazda made a big deal about the 25th anniversary of the Miata, and it's well known that the Mazda Miata is my favorite car. So obviously that's going to be my pick. And in their booth, it was pretty awesome. They had not 25, it's 25th anniversary. They had 12 classic
Still a lot of
Miatas. Yeah. They had the number 14, number 15, and number 16 Miatas. The three Miatas that were actually at the debut at the 1989 Chicago show, the actual ones that were on the stage. Then they had the 25th anniversary of the current generation. It was a Miata that's a special edition.
Special because it's
got like a different
red.
Color scheme. It's got it's basically a paint
red.
package.
It's a red Miata.
But they're only making 100 of them for the North American market.
Because there's never been a red Miata before.
Well, yeah. The really cool thing, though, was their Skyactiv chassis. And that is a preview of the fourth generation Miata, which we should be seeing announced any month now. And it showed a lot of really cool things about how the next one's going to be smaller, it's going to be lighter, and it's going to move the engine further back into the vehicle so you can improve the balance and dynamics. I'm really excited about getting a chance to look at and drive that next one.
I saw that chassis and I was thinking that didn't Mazda forget to bring something to the show here?
Well, I forgot. One of the wheels was on backwards, and so the techs made a big show of it today, flipping the wheel around so the treads were facing the right direction. But I mean, it's just a preview.
Someone's getting fired back at Mazda HQ. So that's kind of the similar thing that Subaru did for the Impreza launch a little while ago. They showed the chassis, actually for a long time, they showed the chassis with like a clear body sitting on top of it before they finally unveiled the body, and everybody kind of groaned. Hopefully the reaction will be a little bit more positive when we finally get the new Miata.
I mean, the Miata's been getting bigger over the years and heavier, so for them to get back to what they're projecting to be the original weight of the first generation Miata, it's going to be a good thing for the vehicle. It's going to help it be more efficient and more fun to drive.
But with a lot more power. Well, how much power did the original Miata have?
The original Miata had...
It's under 100, right?
Yeah, it was under 100 horsepower. And then they're at the point now where they're at about 170, 180.
Well, that'd be a nice upgrade.
Yeah.
Assuming we don't lose power in the next generation.
Well, we're seeing a lot of automakers this year debuting cars with less power than the 2014 model year, but then also saying, hey, wait, our car is also a couple 100 pounds lighter, so you're getting about the same performance but more efficiency. So.
How about forced induction?
Doubt we're going to see that. It's probably going to be four-cylinder, naturally aspirated, just like every Miata worth its salt has ever been, with the exception of the Mazda Speed, which was the turbocharged one that made production.
Yeah, they had the engine on that chassis. I was checking that out earlier. I couldn't tell if that was going to, I think it's going to be direct injection from what I was seeing on the head on there. It's kind of hard to tell with in that type of format, but that might be something part of the whole Skyactiv technology.
Yeah, the whole Skyactiv thing is direct injection, lighter weight components, less friction. So pretty much all of the changes that we've been seeing on the Mazda 3, on the new Mazda 6, we're going to see those on a different scale in the Mazda Miata.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I'm more excited about the Alfa Romeo 4C. They had that car on the show floor, and normally you'd be thinking Alfa Romeo, they're not in the US, but I've been seeing this car in European auto shows for the last couple of years, and it's beautiful. And the fact that it's here is their way of saying, hey, we're going to sell it here. In fact, that'll come out in June, and it's a stunning looking car. It's carbon. They use carbon fiber throughout. Carbon fiber tub, carbon fiber, spoiler, all sorts of components in there. So lightweight. Actually, the European version is under 2,000 pounds. This one's going to be 2,200 pounds for the U.S. market, which is just so light for a car these days.
Why is ours heavier? I know we're heavier, but why is the car heavier?
Yeah, I think it's for us Americans. No, I think it's the safety equipment actually that goes into it. Required airbags and all the kind of stuff they want to fit into it to not only make it fit U.S. regulations, but also make it desirable for people, so they don't think they're going to get in a death trap.
One of the things that I saw that was more desirable is that when it debuted, actually, they had those multi-segment sort of insect eye headlights. The ones that are on the show floor here have more traditional looking headlights that actually don't look half bad. And it's good to see that Alfa looked at the sort of like, ugh, that people did when the 4C first debuted and said, you know what, we're going to give you a choice of having some more standard looking lights on this really good looking car.
Yeah, it's a great car, and I love that it's just a little simple 2-seat rear engine car. Not a lot of complexity to it. It's been knocked a little bit for its simplicity, I think, and the limited interior and everything else. It feels a lot like a Lotus, I think, in a lot of ways. But I think that's a great thing, and it's always been said that if you were a true car guy, you have to own an Alfa at some point in your career.
So this could be the one. Yeah,
that could be the one. Yeah, it certainly could be, and I'm definitely eager to see how it does here in the U.S. I hope that they find success. I got to be honest, though, I don't know how much faith I'm going to put in there making big sales here in the U.S.
Well, one thing that might hurt it amongst the real car guys who are all like into manual transmissions now is it's not going to come with a manual. It's only going to come with I think it's a 6-speed dual clutch transmission. So paddle shifters.
Yeah.
I mean, probably better performance than a manual, but I mean, everybody now is all about the 3 pedals.
The older I get, the more that my left knee starts to bother me, the more I become accustomed to the double clutch thing. So maybe that'll work out okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I sat in that car, and it was a tight fit, but it was felt like it'd be fun on the track.
For helmets in there?
Yeah, I think there's enough room. Yeah.
I think it depends on how tall you are.
Yeah,
I suppose it usually does.
There's definitely that too.
What's interesting is to see them if they're coming back into the U.S. market, coming with a sports car, a small, simple sports car, instead of something with more of a broad appeal.
Yeah.
Something like the Giulietta or one of their the Mito. Something that they could sell for not a lot of money, that you can get actually out on the road and get more people seeing the badge. Instead, they're going with sort of exclusive, exotic, small sports car.
Aspirational product.
Yeah, although it might be the herald for a lot of Alfa Romeos to follow. That's kind of the idea. They want to reintroduce the brand to the U.S., so maybe we'll see the Mito, which I would like to see that car too, because that's actually a pretty cool, nice looking, little compact, inexpensive. So Tim, you've been querying us. What's your favorite?
Yeah, I'm going last because I can't really make up my mind. I'm still going back and forth here, but we're sitting in the GM booth, so I guess I should go on the GM way. I guess I'm going to go with the Corvette Z06 convertible, which was unveiled here. It's not a lot different from the normal Z06, but that's a good thing. Normally with a convertible, they lop the roof off, then they had to put in a bunch of extra structural stuff, and then they make 200 pounds added weight for the motor for the convertible. They're saying this will not be that much heavier than the normal Z06, which is good. Still 625 horsepower from the ridiculous supercharged V8. They did finally give us a formal 0 to 60 time of 3.5 seconds, which is pretty ridiculous, and it's the fastest car on their test track that they've ever made. So it seems like it'll be a no compromise convertible. And of course the normal Corvette has got the target top, so you can pop that off, but this will probably be even better for cruising, and even more headroom if you're a little bit taller like me and you need to go to the track and wear a helmet.
Yeah, I like the target top on the coupe version. The convertible, I was reading about that. They said that the body is so stiff, the chassis is so stiff that, they didn't need to make many structural changes to do the convertible. And that's really amazing. And I could believe it, having driven the standard Corvette. I mean, that body is so stiff that it just handles so perfectly, so well. It's like nothing's going to, mess it up. Yeah, the other car that I was really seriously considering was the Aston Martin, the Vantage GT, which is their low-cost $99,000 V8 version of the car. Stripped down interior, very fast. It's got paint schemes inspired by their Le Mans racers, which is a little bit loud for the road, but pretty cool. But I think the Corvette's going to make some waves. I'm curious to see what the sales split is between convertible and the normal coupe, and the sales split between the Z06 and the normal car too. They haven't given us a price yet on the Z06 though, which is a little bit curious. Giving us every other spec we can want. All right, so I guess we'll wrap things up here from New York. I hope you enjoyed our coverage this year. Definitely check out our gallery of all the cars here on the show floor and let us know what you thought of our coverage. And we'll be back for the next auto show. Where's the next auto show? Are we going to Paris next? We are going to Paris, yes.
That is in October?
Fall, October.
I think it's really October.
The summer off and then head to Paris.
So make sure your passports are in order, folks, and we'll see you out there in Paris. Again, I'm Tim Stevens.
I'm Antoine Goodwin.
And I'm Wayne Cunningham.
And we're here in New York. Thanks again, everybody.
Oh, great. That's perfect.